Welcome students. We are discussing time independent perturbation, non-degenerate perturbation theory. In the previous class we derived the first order energy. The first order energy. Now we can calculate the first order wave function. Let psi n1 can be expressed as, so psi n1 means it is the perturbed wave function. So this perturbed wave function can be expressed as a linear combination of new unperturbed wave function psi m0. So psi m0 is the unperturbed wave function, psi n1 is the first order wave function. So this first order unperturbed wave function can be expressed in terms of this unperturbed wave function, that is psi n1 is equal to I into psi n1, where I is the identity matrix, it is identity operator. Okay, so if the identity operator is acting on this ket, then we get the same ket. Okay, then this identity operator can be expressed as summation m not equal to n psi m0, that is ket psi m0 bra psi m0. We already discussed about this identity matrix in quantum mechanics 1 chapter 1. So I think you all know about this. Anyway, this identity matrix, identity operator is acting on this ket psi n1. Now this can be written as summation m not equal to n psi m0. This is the inner product. Okay, psi m0 psi n1, where psi m0 is the unperturbed wave function and psi n1 is the first order wave function into this psi m0. So this is the unperturbed wave function. We know the unperturbed wave function, but we don't know the inner product psi m0 psi n1. So we have to find out the value of this psi m0 psi n1. Then we can put in equation 9, then we will get the value of this, or the first order wave function psi n1. Now the coefficient bra psi m0 ket psi n1, this inner product can be inferred from equation 6 by multiplying both sides by bra psi m0. Okay, so what was equation 6? The first order of lambda. This was our equation 1. So we can multiply equation 6 on both sides by this psi m0. So I just multiplied, then I arranged here. When H0 is the Hamiltonian, it is acting on this bra psi m0, then we will get the eigenvalue em0 along with the same wave function psi m0. Then this psi n1. Now I wrote this term. Then here also En0 is the energy eigenvalue. It is a constant real value, so it can be take outside. Then En0 psi m0 psi n1. Here also En1 is the energy eigenvalue, so En1 psi m0 psi n0. Here m is not equal to n. We know that m is not equal to n. Therefore this term is equal to 0. Here also em0 is the energy eigenvalue, and inner product psi m0 psi n1. Here psi m0 HP, that is perturbed Hamiltonian, psi n0 is equal to En psi m0 psi n1. Then here this psi m0 HP psi n0 is equal to En0 psi m0 psi n1 minus this term em0 psi m0 psi n1. Now this is equal to, here these two terms are common, therefore En0 minus em0 into ket bra psi m0 ket psi n1. Therefore this inner product, that is psi m0 psi n1 is equal to this term. Okay, now we got the value of this inner product psi m0 psi n1. Now we can substitute this value in equation number 9. So we'll get the value or equation for the first order wave function psi n1 is equal to summation m not equal to n psi m0 hp psi n0 divided by en0 minus em0 into get psi m0. That is equation number 10. This is the first order correction in wave function. Okay, where psi m0 and psi n0 are the unperturbed wave function and hp is the perturbed Hamiltonian. Now from equation 4, that is equation number 4, this was our equation number 4, we can substitute the value of psi n1 here. Okay, now the perturbed wave function becomes equal to psi n0 plus lambda into this value of psi n1 I substitute here. Okay, now this is the matrix element. Okay, we already discussed about this matrix elements and all. Therefore this is the matrix element. Then this can be represented as represented in terms of in matrix form. Okay, this is a matrix, so it can be represented in a matrix form. So HP11, HP12, HP13, etc. up to this one. Okay, now the off diagonal values, that is m not equal to n of this matrix, gives the eigenvalues of psi n1. Okay, the off diagonal values give the off diagonal values of the matrix gives the eigenvalues of psi n1. Why? Because here if m not equal to, we took m is not equal to n. Okay, but here in the diagonal elements we know this HP11, P22, P33. Okay, so these elements will not give the values of eigenvalues of psi n1. The off diagonal values will give the eigenvalues of psi n1. Now the calculation of second order energy. For that we have to multiply equation number 7, that is second order of lambda. Second order of lambda. This is equation number 7. So in order to find out the second order energy value, we have to multiply number 7 by psi n0. So I multiplied both sides and this is equal to 0 and here 0 and this is 2. Here also this is 0 and this is 1. So this also 0 and here psi n0, psi n0. So this inner product is 1. Therefore this LHS side, this H0 is acting on this psi n0, then give the eigenvalue En0 along with the same wave function psi n0. Then psi n2 plus this value, then which is equal to right hand side, these two become 0, then the remaining is En square. So therefore, and this also I took the En0 outside, therefore this is 0 and this is order is 2. So therefore this is equal to 0. Therefore En square is equal to the second order energy. The second order correction in energy is En square is equal to psi n0 hp psi n1. That is equation number 11. The generalized formula for calculating energy correction of any order of k. Any order of k we can write in this form, that is En k is equal to psi n0 hp psi n k minus 1, where k is equal to 1, 2, 3, etc. So now we can put the value of this psi n1, this value of the psi n1, value of psi n1, that is equation number 10 in equation number 11. Okay, because here is a ket psi n1, here a ket psi n1, but we already find out the value of this ket psi n1. Therefore we can substitute this equation 10 in equation number 11. So I just substituted this value, and summation m not equal to n psi n0 hp, this psi m0, then this one, that is psi m0 hp psi n0. Okay, which is equal to this can be, this is psi n0 psi m0, here psi m0 psi n0. So in I put one minus sign here. Therefore psi m0 hp psi n0 into psi m0 hp psi n0 divided by en0 minus em0. So we can if we multiply these two, we'll get the value a minus, so I took the modulus also. Therefore, modulus square psi m0 hp psi n0 divided by en0 minus em0. So this is our second order energy. Okay, so for perturbation theory, in order to work the perturbation theory very well, the correction must be very small. Therefore, this term, this correction should be very less than 1.